Good day, good day. Today we're talking sourcing singles. There are hot singles in your area. Well, we're going to talk about, that's one of the three ways. Facebook Marketplace is one of the ways that you can get hot Magic the Gathering singles. There's other ways, but the preface to this is that sourcing is everything. I mean, what's interesting is that for any business to be successful, getting what you sell is a key part, right? For any reseller business, your ability to source inventory at a good price so that you can get a good margin is key. It is foundational. I mean, obviously. And so when it comes to Magic the Gathering cards, the question is, are you getting the right cards at the right price to be able to turn a profit? So, and just to be clear, there's lots of ways to get cards. Lots of ways to get cards. Most of them are not profitable. Most of the cards that you can buy on eBay, you're not going to be able to make money flipping. Most of the cards you can buy at Walmart or Target or wherever, at your local game store, you're not going to be able to make money flipping because the margin just isn't there. And so there's kind of two key things that you need to understand and do right in order to be successful with sourcing. You have to find the right things that are going to sell, and you have to find them at the right price. And so let's dive into that. There's three ways. I guess there's kind of more, but there's like three big ways that I see as opportunities for sourcing, and the three big ways that I do source. So I've used all three of these. I use all three of these all the time, actually. So speaking to it as one from experience. To introduce myself a little bit, hi, my name's Nick. I run a company called Capital Catalyst, which is a fancy way of saying we try to make you money, and that's by giving you tips and tricks. I don't know how else I would make you money. So give tips and tricks on selling cards, and specifically Magic the Gathering cards. I sold 6 figures of cardboard last year, which is pretty good. I did not net that much. I net probably 10 to 20% of that, which is, not the worst for a part-time gig. And today we're talking about sourcing. So 3 different ways that I source, 3 primary ways. Facebook Marketplace, Patreon programs, and websites. And there's lots of websites. There's eBay, there's TCG Player, then there's other websites. And let's talk about them. Let's talk about all 3. Let's talk about Facebook Marketplace. The pros to Facebook Marketplace: you can buy large collections for relatively cheap, and collection flipping is great money. So this is how it goes, because people are like, how do you get collections at 70%? Nobody lists their collection for 70%. There's 2 kinds of people that list on Facebook Marketplace: the people who think their collection is worth double what it actually is, and the people who have no idea what their collection's worth. They're just interested in getting some cash. For the people that list their box of bulk cards and are like $200, take it or leave it, you're not interested in working with those people. There's just no way that both of you can be happy. For the other kind of people, you can both be very, very happy. And I've met lots of these people that have a bunch of cards and they need your services and they need your money or they want your money, right? So your service that you're providing is you show up and you say, these cards are worth XYZ, and you can be honest about it. I'm not trying to promote grifting or something like that. You shouldn't take advantage of people. What I do is I say, I will help you evaluate your collection and I will pay 70% of it. Or if they've already evaluated their collection, I say, hey, you have $1,000 of cards. You can, I don't say this whole thing, but this is essentially what I'm saying. You can, you have $1,000 of cards. You can sell those onesie twosies. You got $110 cards. You can sell those onesie twosies. Or I will buy them all from you for $700. What do you think? And sometimes they're like, no, I'd rather sell these onesie twosies. And it's like, great, no problem, no harm, whatever. You just asked a question and the answer was no, and that's okay. That's okay. Move on. Or they say, yeah, actually, that'd be great. Selling these onesie twosies sucks. And it would be great to just get a check or get the Venmo, Zelle, Cash app, whatever, and just move on with my life. And that's what you're doing. You're providing a service by helping them liquidate their collection. So that's the thing. You're looking for the people that are interested in that service, and you provide it. You get your $1,000 of cards for $700. You sell them on TCG Player or however you'd like to sell them. And then after shipping and fees, you're netting, 10 to 15% margin. So you sell the $110 cards and you eventually take home $150, something like that, 100 to 150. So don't ask me what you're paid by the hour when you end up doing that, because that's not what this video is about. So that's Facebook Marketplace. That is a way that I source cards. The second way is actually my favorite, and it is Patreon programs, which actually I made a little list the other day of different Patreon programs. Let me see if I can pull it up while I'm talking, of course, because I would never edit a video. So the Patreon programs are incredible. And let me share my screen, because this is, ta-da, except it's hiding one. Where's the one that's being hidden? Ta-da! These are the Patreon programs I know about. If you know about other ones, comment them down below. None of these people pay me. I am not affiliated with any of them, but I like all of them. Honestly, these are all cool programs. I have been part of, or am currently part of, multiple of them. And I'm familiar with all of them. So the which one should I choose? That's the obvious next question. So the way I see it, and I don't know what it'll take for me to actually like really break this down. But the way I see it, there's a couple of versions of these programs. Some of these people, and you can do research, and all these YouTubers advertise their program on their YouTube channel and explain a little bit of how it works, or you can see it on MTG Finance Reddit pages or whatever. But some of these programs, they give you a list of this is what you can get from me because I get it from distribution. Those programs are my favorite because you can just get what you want whenever you want. Others of these programs do like sales, they're like weekly sales or monthly sales or whatever. And so they'll have some new, cool, shiny, exciting thing, but you can't just order it whenever, and you can't really choose what you order whenever. And, that's fine. That's a great program. And honestly, you can get incredible inventory for incredible deals that way. But like I said, it's just not my favorite kind of program. And so what's the pros? The pros is you get product at close to, if not at distribution cost. And that is incredible. Now, what you might think if you're naive's the wrong word, sorry, new. If you're new to the MTG space, you might think like, oh, maybe this is like other collectibles where getting stuff at distribution means free tendies. And the answer to that is no. There's a lot of things that you can get at distribution costs that are selling on TCG Player for distribution cost. So just because you can get it from someone at distribution cost doesn't mean that you can make money on it. But if you know what to look for, which is a different video topic, unfortunately, if you know what to look for, then having access to distribution is a big deal. So for example, back in the day, this was like 18 months ago or something, 2 years ago, I don't know. You could get Murders at Karlov Manor Commander deck sets for like $113 from distribution. If you had access to one of these Patreon programs, and if you're able to just buy those had like after shipping and fees, like $140 of cards. And so for not too much work, you could be just netting, and then along with the collector sample pack, you could just order, a bunch of these. I was getting like 5 cases of these decks a week, rip them open, sell the cards, sell the collector sample packs, have a nice night. So it was great. Now, so that's the pro of these Patreon programs. What's the con of these Patreon programs? All of them cost money. All of them have like a monthly fee or something like that. And this is the thing, at least in my experience with these Patreon programs, there will be months where there isn't anything good to buy. It's the way it is, is that if you sign up for any of these programs, there's going to be a month where you're like, well, I guess I'm just out $15 because there weren't any good deals there or whatever. Right. And, yeah, it's too bad. In my opinion though, it's totally worth it. Yeah, I don't know if I have too much more to say. Patreon programs are great. You don't have to deal with Facebook Marketplace and messaging people back and forth and trying to haggle or whatever. Stuff gets shipped to your door. I would look for a Patreon program that's based out of a place close to you so that shipping costs are as low as possible. And I don't know, just one that fits your style, fits your vibe or whatever. So yeah, that's about it. Okay, well, the last way that you can source inventory is just on the internet, on TCG Player, on eBay, and on other websites. Because guess what? Like, here's an example. if I Google Modern Horizons 3 booster box. There we go. There we go. That's what I thought. So I'll share my screen. So boom, right at the top, I just Googled Modern Horizons 3 booster box. What do I see? Well, on TCG Player, you can buy this. Actually, is that below distribution cost? I don't know. Maybe that's like at distribution costs or something like that. That's like really cheap, but I don't think you can. You'll have to pay taxes and stuff. I don't know. Maybe you can make money. I'm not sure exactly what the expected value is. It is pretty high. But look at this. Flipside Gaming, not a sponsor, not affiliated with the channel, is selling these bad boys for $215. Somehow they're selling it for like $15 less than everybody else. Boom. If the expected value on these things is good and you're into ripping open singles, see my previous video where I got hosed. And by the way, spoilers, I opened up the rest of those and it's not looking good. Is this real? Etsy, $230. This has to be a scam, right? By the way, this is like serious PSA. Yeah, this is a scam. If a collector booster box in Magic the Gathering is way below market, it is a scam. I promise you, I've bought them. I've done it. When I say I've done everything in Magic the Gathering, like buying and selling and stuff like that, I've even bought the scams. And yeah, so these things should be selling for $400. This guy's selling it for $230. Yeah, 3 people bought this in the last 24 hours. I bet they did. This is so interesting. This person got like a bunch of reviews. This is not what this video is about, but got a bunch of positive whatever ratings from years ago, and now their account's just being used to scam people. That is so interesting. Oh yeah, and they're selling all kinds of stuff. So they're probably going to get paid and just like dip. What a disaster. Anyway, okay, what was I talking about? Right. So on TCG Player, on eBay, on not Etsy, but on Flipside Gaming's website, you can, oh wait, yeah, check this out, eBay. And, $215. Oh, that's so funny, Flipside Gaming. And you can, and on eBay, if you have a reseller certificate because you have an LLC and you follow your state guidelines, you can buy these without sales tax. And so, wow, $215 shipped to your door. It's good. It's good stuff. So what's the point? The point is that you don't have to have a Patreon. You don't have to scour on Facebook Marketplace. You can find products at great prices just on the internet, on different people's websites, and sometimes even on TCG Player. I bought a bunch of Lord of the Rings, the Elf Commander deck on TCG Player the other week and broke those down, and now I'm selling the singles and such. So that's the point. Is there's lots of ways to source. Those are the 3 primary ways I source cards and get singles and product that I then sell in TCG Player, and I make money on net. Sometimes I don't make money. Spoilers for future video. Good times, y'all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. The support is really appreciated. So thank you. We'll see ya.